Hi. For this particular episode of Kit Couple Review, I'm going to be taking you through my newest building project. This is going to be the Battlestar Galactica ship build. The kit is by Moebius Models, and this is the box art, and it's a fantastic kit. I'll start off by telling you some of the things I did to the actual model. Before I show you, this area here, these are raised on the model kit, but on the show they're flat. They're a type of plating. So what I did was I took out my Dremel tool and sanded these areas flat. I then created my own sanding stick by taking some sandpaper, fine sandpaper, and you just wrap it around any flat wooden object or whatever it is that's flat, and you just slide it back and forth. That's what I did on the model kit. I also came in with my Dremel tool on the model kit and opened up this area, because on the model kit, as I'll show you here, it's really tiny and not incorrect. So what I did was took my Dremel tool out and opened it up, and I'll show you that in a minute. I also went in and added with some clay, some epoxy sculpt, some extra features in and along here, just to get it to look like it did during the final episode. And I went in with my Dremel tool and gave it some, I battle damaged it up a lot, particularly on the top and the head piece. Onto the kit itself, some of the items, some pieces of the model kit I'm pre-shading. Some of that I'm doing by paint, just applying flat testers, flat acrylic paint by hand. And this is a form of pre-shading. It's going to be the underneath part of the head. And then some of the black will not be applied. I'll be using some painting tape to keep certain areas lighter in tone when I spray paint my final color onto this, and that should give me some nice shading and dark tones. For the head here, as I was describing, these are the areas that were marked on that I sanded flat. I came in and created a lot of battle damage, which you can see here. I wanted it to look just like it did during the final episode, and how I achieved that was basically took my soldering iron. This is not on right now, but if you've ever used one of these, they're extremely hot, so please be careful. What I did was I got this hot, and then you just drag it and it'll give you a nice scorching, or you could let it heat up and cool down, but while it's not totally cold, you just hit it in certain areas and it'll give you a nice, very nice battle damage wherever you want. And it worked out really well. I'm really happy. Final episode, a lot of damage up on these areas here. So I removed and completely melted and Dremeled off certain areas of the head. Drilled these 4 holes out on each side. These will be painted black from the inside, so they'll stand out nice. So that's my custom headpiece here. Show you the other side. This is going to be filled in from the back with epoxy sculpt, so it won't be a total hole. And again, I damage this up with my soldering iron just to give it that extra battle damage that we all love from Battlestar Galactica. I'll show you 2 that I ordered from Cult TV Man, the Paragraphic Modeling Systems Photo Etch. And I'll show you here. On this particular one, they give you the museum windows and the raised letters of the Galactica, and down below BS/number 75. These are very nice, and they go right about there. I don't know if you've ever used this stuff before, but it works fantastic with super glue. You put just a little bit of super glue on the back here and put it onto your model kit, and it's almost impossible to take off. So I'll be using that. And like I said, this is part of the area that I dremeled out to get it to look as it does on the TV show. I haven't dremeled out the back area here of the flight pod, but I will. And I'll show you the battle damage that I did for this flight pod. If you use your soldering tool long enough, you can totally melt these off. But if you use it just for a little bit on each one, you get a really nice warping effect on these struts or armor plating or bulkheads, whatever they may be. And it just looks really good, just like it did on the show. So that's that. This is the main body here, and I hit this with a lot of battle damage. Hopefully that shows. This top piece, some of the battle damage I added here with my soldering iron. What you can do too, if you're not happy with the amount, if you think you've overkilled and gone and done too much battle damage, you can take a razor and just slice off the excess plastic here that's raised when you melt it, and just fill this in with epoxy sculpt. So that's an option to backtrack if you think you've done too much battle damage. I'm also going to be masking these certain areas here, here, and here, 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 and here. The top will be masked before I spray paint my black primer coat. And hopefully that'll give me a nice contrast once I put my final coat, which will be dark flat aircraft gray, onto the bottom. I didn't battle damage it too much. I thought it wouldn't have sustained too much damage since it's the bottom of the ship. But again, you could see how I did that nice warping effect on the struts here. You could see how I dragged it across there to give me a nice gouge in the plating. And these are the areas where the flight pods actually retract inside when the Galactica jumps, when they use their FTL drive, like so. On the Moebius model kit here, the areas in here for the flight pods, they're flat. They're very bare. This was also the case over in here between the bulkheads. What I did on top was I battle damaged it and put some marks in here just for extra detail. But on these areas in here, what I did was also from the Photo Etch Paragraphics, they have a set you can order. Put that right there. And you can see it here. These are the hull inserts. What these do is these are the top, middle, and back bottom piece here. and this is the actual wall. So you've got one complete set there, and the next complete set on top. So these are going to actually go in the hull inserts, and they're very nicely done. Got just a little bit of indentation on them. So these will be cut out. You want to use a flat surface and also a flat hobby knife, and you want to press straight down on each one of these connecting pieces, and you want to be very careful when you do that, just to get it to come out right. I had done this previously and it worked out fantastic. Love the extra detail that we're able to buy. And these again are going to go in here. They'll completely cover these areas. You won't really see them too much once the flight pods are there, but I'll know they're there. What else can I show you? I'm going to be using this stuff here, which is called blue tack. If you can't get any of this, you could always use silly putty. I'll be using that too, in addition to my painter's masking tape, to get some distinction on the armor plating. I'll probably put these inside my main engine piece here, which I've gone and painted blue on the back. And this stuff will be flattened, cut, and tucked in to the engine recesses here for each engine. And then what I'll do is get them nice and tight in there, and then I'll just spray paint this whole piece and it'll be done. Then you just pick out the blue tack, you've got a nice mask that you're able to shape and conform. So that's the plan for the majority of my Battlestar Galactica from Moebius models. I'll give you an idea here. On the side of the box, they gave us a nice example of how the ship looked towards the end of her run. So that's what I'm aiming for, and hopefully I'll get there. If not, it's always fun to learn and try new things and see what we can accomplish, and it's just a model kit. So I thank you, and hopefully I'll have an update soon on my Moebius models Battlestar Galactica build. I thank you for watching. Any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.